Today, we're going to explore the value proposition of Celebrity Cruise Line's Concierge Class. We're going to evaluate if the added cost is worth it. We'll consider both the financial aspects and the overall holiday enjoyment that it might provide. We're going to break down the benefits of each feature, assigning values to them, and we're going to give our own personal insights as to whether we found them worth it or not.
Along the way, we'll discuss the various perks, such as free sparkling wine, a dedicated concierge, and special events. If you upgrade your Celebrity Cruise to Concierge Class, we want to help you manage your expectations of what Concierge Class is,
and definitely about what it's not. Hi, I'm Mark.
And I'm Jason, and we're MJ Treks.
We love to cruise, and if you're watching this video, you probably do too. Or you're planning a cruise in the near future, and then there's this other thing where you just typed in the wrong search terms, and we appreciate you watching anyway.
A lot of people debate the value and whether Concierge Class is worth it on Celebrity. Just look at Cruise Critic or any of the Facebook groups and you'll get everyone's opinion. Well, we're going to break this down and use our own values assigned to the benefits and then see if in the end it is worth the extra money that you pay. We're going to do some simple pocketbook math, and the final choice is all about perception.
Yeah, so let's dive right in and start with the simple one, free sparkling wine.
So the value of sparkling wine, if you just bought it, would be $25 or $30 if you bought it from a bar.
Right.
Plus you're paying $9.95 to have it delivered to your room, which is all included in Concierge Class. So there is a nice value here. There's a tangible value, but also there's the perceived value of how it feels. How did you feel when we had it delivered?
It's a nice little touch. It's a comfort. It's kind of there and waiting for you in your account, not necessarily in your stateroom upon arrival.
Yeah, you have to do the work and ask, but once you do, you can dictate when it'll be delivered. So if you have a drinks package, you could get champagne or Prosecco or other drinks, as part of your drinks package. But we're talking about, this is a nice thing to have in your room.
But that's going to be by the glass, not by the bottle.
Right. Well, you can do it by the bottle, but then it gets pretty pricey.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about the daily Delectables. I like them. Not necessarily to eat. I thought they were kind of a cute enhancement to the cabin. It felt like we might just be getting the retreats leftovers from the day prior, and certainly the least popular of the leftovers.
You can ask your room steward if you'd prefer to get cookies or fruit or other things, and they may be able to accommodate you. We've experienced that they will. So you have control over that.
Yes. Also, on the flip side of that, the other hack to this is you could go up to the buffet and grab a couple of items and bring them down to your room.
And you get the bonus of burning a few calories to go get them for yourself.
I mean, Jason and I are just big kids, so a lot of the values we assign are based on who we are, and we just like a silly surprise at the end of the day.
Right, and this always made us smile to see, and we were happy to get it. So for that alone, we would give this a value, especially on a cruise that's 6 or 7 nights or longer, of about $50.
Yeah. We've combined a number of miscellaneous perks into items that we like to refer to as little luxuries. These may include things like a plush bathrobe, upgraded toiletries, binoculars.
Right. You have the shower head. That's the massaging shower head, which only comes with Concierge Class. So, and you also get a embossed card holder now.
You do get an embossed card holder, which I believe it's intended to hold your cruise card.
Right.
I'm not sure what you would do with it outside of your Celebrity Cruise. Perhaps, give it as a nice holiday gift to someone that you like, but not that much, or I don't really know.
Right. Well, let's take the bathrobes. We aren't bathrobe people, but we usually make a point one morning to try to wear the bathrobes just because they're there. And these are the extra plush bathrobes. So that is a nice touch for Concierge Class.
Right. It's often on the last morning or the last evening when our bags have been taken
Yeah, it's nice to have that.
to be ported out to.
Oh, you have the binoculars, which are great, especially if you're on an Alaska cruise, because you have a lot more to look at.
That is true, and it's also great for spying on MSC cruises in the Caribbean.
You used to get, and I have it here, it was a tote bag that came with this little pocket piece. I guess you could put your passport in there.
You're right.
We actually keep some of our old cruise
passport.
documents and things we wanted to keep from past cruises in the one that we have. But they did away with that, so kind of pointless to tell you that, except for maybe if they change it back, ask for the bag.
Because those made great gifts.
Right. And then in terms of the bath products, these are Bigelow bath products. I think
They're pretty high-end apothecary.
apothecary.
But they're from New York. I think they're one of the nation's oldest.
Right.
So it's nice to see. But again, I'm highly sensitive to products anyway, so I bring my own.
So this is sort of a mixed bag, as we said, that we were combining a bunch in here. And ultimately, we don't see a lot of value in these, especially now that they did away with the bag. So maybe, you bathrobe wearers out there, and you're like a comfy plush bathrobe, this has a lot of value. For us, these are all nice things.
Right. And it's nice that they're there. It's just that added touch.
Right. But we're not giving this a value, so.
So move on.
Now we're on to the pillow menu. And this might seem like a throwaway, but hear us out. We think this is an important and beneficial perk.
Yeah, I mean, I happen to like the pillow menu as just an option, a convenience. It's one of those fear of missing out things. And it's great to have because, to be honest, some of the pillows are quite uncomfortable.
And the standard pillow is the feather pillow that comes with every room as like the baseline. When you arrive and you have Concierge Class, you have some paperwork there that lays out things for you. And one of the things you get is the actual pillow menu, which lists out what those pillows are. And they are the feather pillows, the Swedish pillows, the Swedish isotonic pillows, I believe, hypoallergenic pillow, and a body pillow. So you get to check those out. If you don't like what you choose, you can ask for a different type.
And another great surprise, when you come back from dinner, you will have about 8 different pillows arranged artistically on your bed.
That was our experience. It might not be everyone's. So for convenience factor and just a good night's sleep, which is well worth it when you're on a cruise, we would give this a value of about $50.
Yes, it's good insurance.
Right. Next on the list that we want to discuss is the dedicated concierge that comes with Concierge Class. We find this to be a help and a value.
It is a help and a value. It's nice to have a separate office to go to or a dedicated phone line where you can reach out to a concierge that is not your private concierge.
No, do not take that for
They
granted.
are the concierge for everyone in the concierge class, which could be up to 1/3 of the ship.
Or more. Yeah.
Or more.
Really depends on the ship.
But it's a good perk to have because they can really help kind of resolve issues that may arise with the Wi-Fi, with something in your cabin, with making reservations.
Right. If you have a problem with the app, you can just call or stop by the concierge office and they will take care of what you would have been able to do on the app or help you if you have a troubleshoot the app.
It's going to keep you out of the customer service general queue, and the concierge is going to really be a person who can pool all of your issues into one place and reach out to the right people, and that's going to save you a lot of time.
Our last trip we were on
and frustration, really.
Right.
Sorry.
That's okay. Our last trip, we were on the Celebrity Beyond, and we booked a little late, and so we got a very late boarding time, which meant that we couldn't attend the Concierge Class welcome lunch, which we'll talk about coming up here. And we were really looking forward to it, so we mentioned this to the concierge, and they were actually able to book us a comp meal at Le Grand Bistro for lunch.
Yes.
So things like that the concierge can do for you.
And also, I mean, come to think of it, I think that Eden had been sold out months in advance, apparently,
Right.
is what she had told us. And She had just one day reached out to the host at Eden, and sure enough, there was an availability. Someone had to cancel. I don't remember the exact reason, but
Yeah, and that was our last night, so we were able to squeeze in dinner at Eden, which was something we really wanted to do. So the concierge can really help you out. It's not your own personal dedicated concierge. It's not the suite life.
no, it's not. This is not a concierge that you're going to find in a 5-star hotel that has all of the connections, all of the hookups to all of the venues. But they're going to be slightly better than doing it on your own. And again, always keep in mind with Concierge Class, a lot of it you can do on your own, but it's going to take a lot of your precious holiday time.
Right. And for a time saver alone and convenience factor, we would give this an estimated value of $50.
So for us, we like the fact that you get 5 Captain's Club points per night. This is a good thing. When you compare the standard veranda stateroom, you're only getting 3 points. And I believe for ocean view and indoor rooms, you're only getting 2 points per night. So for people like us who travel often and like to cruise often, it's good to have like the discounts that are associated with higher tier status kind of end loaded.
Right, we're getting there faster. And those discounts include discounts on Wi-Fi, on laundry, and category upgrades. So it takes 150 points to begin your journey as a select.
Right. So basically, just to be very clear, like the next level is at 150. You have to get through 0 through 149 just to get to the second tier.
Right. That would be 30 nights at Concierge Class's 5 points, or it would be 50 nights in a standard room balcony.
Right. That's significant.
So on a 7-night cruise, just to math this out for you, at a standard veranda, you're getting 21 points towards the Captain's Club. And when you're in Concierge Class, you're getting 35. That's 14 points more, getting you to that status faster. And we think that that is a value.
It's a definite value. And I think we assign that probably $50.
Right. We do. And may not have any value to you if you already have elite status or if it's not something that you want to work on. But to us, and this is all from us, it does have about a $50 value. We will look at exploring Captain's Club and the tiers and the benefits that come with it in a future video. So make sure you subscribe and like.
So with your Concierge Class, you do get special events. One of the events is the Welcome Aboard lunch for Concierge Class passengers, which is on Embarkation Day. It's in, well, it can be in one of the specialty restaurants, but it can be in the main dining room as well. And it's a
prefix menu, limited menu.
Limited, light, but that also kind of leaves you some time to get up to the buffet for second lunch, if you will. And I'm kind of embarrassed to say that I think I have personally done that 90% of the time.
Right. We also have second dinners a lot too.
But it does also, the flip side of that is that it keeps you away from that first rush in the buffet.
Right. You can come back when people have already gone through and done their first pass,
right.
and then you're a little
right.
more relaxed.
Right.
Other events that come with Concierge Class include some destination talks. In the past, there was a special Concierge Class only galley tour. Mm-hmm. You can do there may be a champagne toast on the helipad, things like that. That come with a Concierge Class. You always want to check in your room. You'll have a bunch of papers there that are kind of lay out what these special events are and help you out there. So these are really nice benefits, and you may pay for them as an upgrade. So for that, we would give this a value of about $75.
Easily. I mean, because even if you were going to go to a specialty restaurant, you're likely going to spend more than that. So it's just a nice perk.
It is.
So why don't we discuss the priority enhancement with Concierge Class? This is going to include things such as priority embarkation, debarkation, tendering.
Right. These are important time savers. When you're on vacation, time is pretty valuable. So we find these to save time.
Right. And if you're slightly impatient, this is a great thing. Like if you don't want to be kind of lined up in crowded areas with people. You're kind of at least kind of getting to move through that faster.
Right. If you're trying to get a reservation for a specialty dining night and you have priority for that, that's going to make it much more likely that you're getting one of those limited remaining spots. And the debarkation lounge, it's in a main dining room and it's just a light continental breakfast. There might be pastries and coffee, but it is a lot less stressful when you're waiting to get off the ship.
And again, keep in mind that it can be in the main dining room, but it can also be in one of the specialty restaurants. It depends on the
ship or the class of the ship.
Right. And again, it's nice. It's a little more relaxed than get out of the room and line up.
Right. So for all these enhancements, which are really time savers for us, we actually give this a pretty high value and would estimate this to be worth to us about $100. So we've made it through all of the areas that we assign values to. And, drumroll please, the total value that we see from Concierge Class, totally subjective to us, but we had to add it up, is approximately $400. So, listing those out, for sparkling wine, $25. The pillow menu, $50. Priority enhanced access, $100. The dedicated concierge, $50. The canapes, or delectable delights as they're called, $50. Loyalty points, $50. And special events that come with concierge, $75. So our estimated total, $400.
Right. And certainly you could find another method of totaling this to, kind of have it match your own needs. But there is an actual way on some of these items to actually come up with a monetary cost. But it really is about what's intrinsically valuable to you.
Right.
So these items might be that we value as $100 might be completely worthless to somebody else. And we're aware of that.
So we actually looked at an upcoming cruise in the fall on the Celebrity Beyond. And we looked at a regular veranda room and a concierge class veranda room with no upgrades, no paying for tips and Wi-Fi and drinks packages. And as you see here, the total for the infinite veranda room was $3,187.08 for two people. Versus the concierge class stateroom, which was $3,349.08. So the difference between the two, and this is not always going to be the exact dollar difference. It goes up and down and varies a lot. Sometimes it can be $300 per person. But for this particular cruise, it was $162. So if our value of $400, you're definitely getting your money's worth.
Absolutely.
Other things I think we should mention as we wrap up here, the concierge class can sometimes get you a slightly better location.
Right.
It might be, higher, it might be more midship. So there is some preference, I think, to have these more expensive class of cabins be concierge class over regular.
But on certain cruises, even within concierge class, there are upcharges to prime concierge, which will guarantee you midship on a higher floor. So it all depends on the actual vessel.
Right. As you're looking through, you have C1, C2, C3, and they get progressively more expensive.
Just for kind of expectation management, I think what's important to know about concierge class is that it is not a higher luxury than someone that is traveling in a standard stateroom per se.
There's just some
a little
perks.
bit, yeah, things like that. It's it's nice, but you could certainly live without it, or perhaps you couldn't.
So do your own math. Look at these items that come on the list, and we'll put up the list of all of the benefits. Some of these benefits, especially the room benefits that they mentioned, are not concierge class specific. They are for any room.
Right. I think what you have to look at is concierge class is similar to paying for premium economy when flying domestically within North America. You might get a little bit of extra legroom, perhaps a slightly more comfortable seat and some snacks, but you would be perfectly fine in another area as well.
So for us, the math is pretty clear. Concierge class is worth it. That's why here in a week we'll be doing concierge class again when we're on the Equinox. We'll report back if there's any adjustments or changes or if we feel different. But for now, we definitely think the value is there.
Right. I think what's most important for people is that you have to kind of know what your budget can support based on your preferences. And if it's not affordable to go concierge class, then you're still going to have a great time.
So thank you for watching us today. If you have different values or you think a value of ours was way off, let us know in the comments below.
Right.
We look forward to some very exciting cruise content coming up from our new cruise.
Right. And please
Like and
subscribe and like us.
Just like us.
Just like us. But also subscribe.
Thanks for watching.